Peter continues to be surprised at how proper business-like, that's a shitty way to say it, about how much IT groups, what the f***? This one I'm starting over. I'm like totally lost. I don't even know how to start it. Whatever. Peter's got this not so critical update. Fuck it. To it live.
Mike's lost. This is one of my favorite things to repeat these days is how similar ransomware and malware gangs are to just basically Silicon Valley.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I said it now. It's too late. So the latest thing is that they're continuing to innovate in the space of malware. And they've debuted searchable victim data. So if you're worried about, not getting the right victim data, then don't worry, they got you covered. Along with better customer service than is usual for software as a service companies, and live chat with real humans at the end of it, and negotiable rates, very good rates for ransoms that you need to pay, and if you're interested in getting into the business yourself, a free rootkit or free ransomware kit that they'll give away for, plus PR stunts like the Goodwill thing that we heard about, which was not infecting anybody, but did raise awareness of the ransomware group Hive, who nobody had ever heard of before. So
a very favorable affiliate payout structure.
Yes, yeah, that's right. They do. They absolutely do. They have an affiliate structure as well. So it's all like, just
this really is an excellent way to ramp up the pressure on the victims to get the payments.
Yeah,
because it's one thing to say, hey, I've got your data, I'm going to leak it. It's another to say, I've got your data and it's on this website, which you now can go see, and if you want me to take it down, you got to pay me. That hits much closer to home. It feels much more real.
Yeah, it's innovation in the space, which is good to see from any tech sector.
For sure.
It's been falling behind for so many years now. And
where are they hosting it?
Oh, probably in the darknet. I didn't actually check.
It'd be interesting if there was a stock market for malware companies.
Oh,
you said it, so now it exists. That's how
there is definitely a marketplace for malware.
Yeah, but could you invest in different malware gangs?
Malware marketplace.
No,
I'm kidding.
I think that's not. Oh my god! Yeah, VCs for the VCs for malware gangs.
Black hat VCs.
There must be amongst the criminal.
Yeah,
underworld.
They're definitely funded. Yeah.
Yeah. How would you go about finding? We did some training at work the other day. Some security training about how But this one was on insider threats. Mm-hmm. And it was this scenario that was given. I love these things. They're like 4 minutes long, and they have at the beginning of it starring Zach Smith as the ransomware victim, and then for the first 10 seconds of the 4-minute video, they have like a guy's Instagram handle. It's like directed by this guy. It's hilarious. But the storyline this time was about a kid who had been approached by a criminal gang called Hackers, by the way. Great name.
Great name.
And with Leet Speak, the hacker code name.
There's a 4.
And and he's like disabled 2FA on the internal network to be able to do it. And the moral of the story was that criminal gangs have started to approach employees and offer them money for disabling security mechanisms inside company networks. Which I found interesting because nobody's ever approached me about that. But also the fact that they said have started to approach people. I would have thought that had been going on for a long time.
Way longer.
Yeah.
Insider threats has been a threat for as long as businesses have been businesses. Take, for example, a competitor looking to get insider information.
Yeah. So if someone could, any somebody working for a malware gang who's interested in finding someone. I have no morals whatsoever, so please get in touch.
We've already established that Peter
PDL@yoyo.org.
definitely has a number.
Well, and
Yeah.
also, it would be kind of interesting.
Peter?
It would be interesting to interview a
John loved it the first time.
a ransomware gang member on the show.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
John, do you want to be interviewed on the show?
But who
You
would
already
know?
did my interview.
We need to get a voice modulator to someone with a hoodie, a silhouette.
No, they would take care of everything. We just send them.
Yeah.
I don't even know a Discord link, a Zoom link.
I don't know. Yeah,
They wouldn't have to turn their camera on. They could if they wanted to. I mean,
what I'm saying is, if they didn't turn their camera on, how would we know if it wasn't if it was a real person? We could have like an AI chatbot.
You mean it's Google AI chatbot talking to us?
Yeah.
We're talking to
you guys, Mark.
Talking to Lambda. Man, sometimes I kind of wish I was a real criminal. I said that this week, and I genuinely meant it, because some of the stuff they do is so cool. Some of the tech, it's like I
every
wish I worked in
14-year-old nerd wanted to be a fucking sick elite hacker.
I read about this really cool DNS tunneling way of using DNS tunneling this last week. And the way it works is it uses the response IP addresses. So you query a host name and you get an IP address back. So the piece of malware sitting on someone's machine says, what's the IP address for bad.example.com? And you get a number back. A number back. And it encodes the command to be run on the local machine in the IP address. So the first couple of digits are like the first characters. And they gave an example of this on the ISC SANS blog, by the way. There's a great blog post about this. And it encodes, like, the example was who am I? And the IP address was a certain thing, and you could map the numbers back to the command. It was so cool. I know that IP address
very, very smart.
It's very cool, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
And I've seen it more of, well, a lot of the research that's been done has been focused on the host names being different. So you query a different host name, or you return a different host name or a CNAME or something like that that has commands encoded in it. And for data exfiltration, you would query a whole bunch of different host names. Right. So you query ABCDEF, which is a hex base64 encoded fragment of a file, and then you query the next fragment, and then the next fragment, and the next fragment, and then the DNS server eventually gets the whole file as the series of DNS requests. And because it's over the DNS, this is how DNS tunneling works. Because it's over the DNS, basically gets passed through unfiltered, and nobody knows what's going on. And it's a series of tiny little things, and it piggybacks on the global DNS network.